Today, we have a guest, Mr. Balaji Thota, who has a vast experience in air cargo industry, currently residing in Saudi Arabia. Mr. Balaji specialized in aviation safety, compliance and audits, in a particular dangerous goods regulations. As our today's topic of human organ transportation by flight, the dangerous goods regulations must be referred to comply with the air transport regulations. Mr. Balaji, prior to moving to the Middle East, Mr. Balaji was holding the position of Chief Instructor approved by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation DGCA India and was approved by the General Civil Aviation Authority of the United Arab Emirates and General Authority of Civil Aviation Saudi Arabia. He is also a member of Dangerous Goods Training Working Group member with IATA, the International Air Transportation Authority, Geneva, Switzerland, and many more positions in the international forums.
Hello, Mr. Balaji. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. Radha. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Sir, on the occasion of World Organ Donor Day, let's discuss on this topic in detail. So, are
Please.
human organs being transported by flight?
Yes, human organ is one of the rarest commodity which nobody can produce mostly. So when it is transported, yes, it's very greatly with a great care it's being transported.
Okay, how frequently human organs are transported?
Well, there is no frequency. As I said, this is one of the precious commodity, but yes, air transport is capable to handle this special commodity when we transported. It's based on the demand. So when there is a requirement of a demand, the entire world transport is ready to cater them.
Okay. So, are these human organs transported within India or international as well?
Within India as well as international, as we know, the India is one of the largest population country in the world, 1.4 plus billion the population. So widely, the human organs are being transported within India. Where need be, we may get like international human organs as well. If I may take some countries, mostly from the US, few countries in the Europe and Far East as well.
Okay. In your experience, what human organ were transported?
Uh, there are certain procedures when the human organs being transported. I was as a chief instructor and as a nodal officer for one of the Indian carrier. Uh, First thing we need to give certain approvals. So in my experience in the past, I gave an approval to transport the human heart or the kidney. Uh, I remember gave an approval for human eye cornea and certain special biological products for biopsy or maybe some sort of the investigation purposes.
Okay. What are the procedure when human organs are transported by flight?
Yes, when we talk about procedures, I would break this question into three parts. One is we have a specific documentation procedure. The second one is about the packing, which must be done by the hospitals or lab, and technically we call them as shippers. And there are some handling procedures. So there are three different type of procedures. If I may give some more detail about documentation, yes, the shipper or hospitals or laboratories first they need to give a non-infectious certificate. In addition to that, the hospital or a doctor would give a certification that what is the commodity that they are transporting and what human organ. Then is it legal to transport from origin to destination, which part to which part they want to transport this. So all these details, the doctor or hospital, they will give in their letterhead or with the kind of an undertaking that this is a legal transportation.
Okay. So, what rule and regulation are being followed?
When come to the air transportation, there are certain rules and regulations that we must follow as an aviation industry professionals. When this the human organs when it comes, so we have a special commodity and we have a special handling code that is called LHO. The LHO stands for live human organ. From the point of acceptance until to the delivery, there are so many procedures that would follow. If I can give some details about the handling, this would be accepted as per the documentation. A qualified person will accept this special commodity. Then it would be carried from the cargo point until to the aircraft by a
Okay.
dedicated person, and they will hand it
Okay.
over to the cabin crew, and the cabin
Uh-huh.
crew they will store with them. It will not be loaded in the cargo hold or any other place. It would be under supervision of a cabin crew. Once it reach destination, and they can hand it over to the arrival staff. In addition to that, the communication about the human live human organ would communicate it from origin to destination, so that the person would be well aware about this arrival of this live human organ. This is one part. In my experience, I have certain cases where a doctor or medical practitioner who wants to carry this live human organ with them. So we give like a
Okay.
special attention, and we can give like a, if possible, uh, the additional seats, or if need be now commercially, they can block the next seat as well. So this human organ will be kept on the seat with the seat belt fastened, and it will be safely carried.
Okay. So, what safety precautions are followed when human organ is transported by flight?
Yeah, as I mentioned, these are all the safety precautions. The
Okay.
proper communication is the key. So when we have do the physical precautions, when we are handling the precaution procedures, in addition to that, the documentation and clear communication. So the communication will go from the origin acceptance and to the cabin crew, including the pilot who are operating the flight. We have a specification, specific document. It's called NOTOC. NOTOC stands for Notification to Operating Commander or Operating Captain. We call it as. So it would given to the captain, and the same thing it will communicate it to the arrival destination as well, so that they are well aware, and they will inform to the customer. Most of the time, uh, the customer who is waiting for this live human organ, so we will have a proper coordination, and we will hand it over to the consignee.
Okay. So, how time is crucial when to handling human organs?
Of course, as we see in the name itself, they are live. This is not like
Yes.
any other product that we can keep it for a long time. So this is
Yes.
very, very crucial. That's why just now, as I explained, each and every part would be clearly communicated, clearly
Mhm.
coordinated, and properly handled to avoid
Okay.
any sort of mishaps where it is a very, very, very crucial product. So that's why the time plays a very, very important role. It would be safely handled with the team of our team when they are handling like with the time, time, effort,
Okay.
and all this into picture.
Okay. So, what special handling procedure would you be follow when handling human organs by flight?
The special procedures, as I mentioned, the special procedure would be physical handling by a person who is qualified on that, and the cabin crew
Okay.
must well aware about it. This would be in a
Okay.
safe place, would be kept in the galley. We call it as the
Mhm.
aircraft, where we have certain areas to store these commodities. Always, they can handle. The cabin crew can store it, and the special handling is that upon arrival, physically we will deliver and we will get this acknowledgement. How they handed over the package or this product at the origin, the same condition without any issues, we will hand it over back to the consignee.
Okay. In addition to human organ, what biological product are being transported?
Well, this live human organ is a very, very specialized product. As I said, it's a live and they are very crucial and critical too. But in addition to this biologic, I mean, this live human organs, we do get like a blood samples or some sort of the urine samples, some sort of biological products, medical waste, or maybe certain the human tissues which are transported for further testing. So these are all
Mhm.
commodities we would get in addition to human organs.
Okay. So, is there any incident or accidental related to human organ transported in your experience?
Well, my experience has been so good so far, especially like this kind of human organs when we transported. Utmost care and utmost coordination will take place. So I never come across any incident so far, and I'm confident in future also it won't happen. Why? Because the entire team is aware about the sensitivity of the product and they can handle it very carefully.
Okay. So, thank you so much, sir. Your valuable knowledge and experience that shared with us on the occasion of Organ World Organ Donor Day. So, thank you so much, sir. Once again, thank you.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for having me with this the wonderful occasion of the Human Organ Day. And thank you so much for your time as well.
Thank you, sir.